Hi, this is Vienne again from Finance Mandarin. Welcome everybody to join our live event. This is Finance Mandarin live event. If you're looking from YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and the other social media, welcome to let us know who you are and where you're from. We're happy to accept questions. So today is the FinTech China Insight Week 5. This is a 5 weeks bootcamp. We're already up to the week 5 now. We have learned a lot of practical content. Today, this week is focused on the medical apps in China. I think quite a lot of you already know that our Amy, the AI teaching assistant, have introduced quite a lot of introduction about the major players, the medical apps in China. So today, we also have her to do some introduction later on. But today, I'm going to welcome everybody here if you just joined us today. And today is a week 5 medical apps in China. Welcome for this event. In Finance Mandarin here, our students mainly from the buy side and sell side, investor of the capital market. So a lot of students and connection ask me to say, this is Amy introducing our key takeaways of this workshop, and Vienne and myself here. So what's the differences? Perhaps I could be retired soon because our AI teacher is so functional and practical. So we can make the production cost even lower. Yes, that's true. A lot of repetitive working and learning content, like the vocabularies, the sentence structures, and then the name of the company, some keyword you can learn through the AI platform. And in the classes, you can highly utilize your time to make the discussion, to debate, and to express your idea. And the trainer with experience in the corporate training in the capital market can revise and then to introduce and then to facilitate for the training. So much value to use your time. So that's what we make that usage of the AI, artificial intelligence in our platform to join with us. So today you just arrived here, welcome. Our week 5 FinTech China Insight already in the week 5 now. In week 1, we actually cover for the big data, artificial intelligence, and week 2, we cover for the KOL and the e-commerce. And week 3 and week 4, we have like the currency, China digital currencies. And week 4 is talking about the ESG and sustainable finance and green bond. And now week 5, we have these 4 major players in China. In preparing for this event, we have to study a ton of research and analyst report, but we chose these 4, the most important player to introduce to you. Well, we're going to look at Tencent's investment in WeDoctor, and JD Logistics for the JD Health, and PingAn Insurance, PingAn Good Doctor, and Alibaba's Ali Health. In the event, in the workshop later on, all our students, our another top trainer, Debbie Chen, will introduce you online, in person, how to log in for this medical app. And then we're going to show you how to book the consultation online, to see the doctor, to mention about what are the symptoms that you might have, and what are the doctors is like reply. And then if later on you need to buy some medicine, and what will be the procedures, and how can the medicine be delivered to at your home. And then also last part, whether this kind of fee, medical fee, could be claimed by the insurance company or at your medical packages. We will all discuss this and show you the real experience step by step. So stay tuned. And we will particularly focus on, as an end user, we were talking about what we care about, like how much is for the doctor fee and how convenient it is, because normally we need to go to the patient, the hospital or the clinic, especially in China. You need to wait for a long time, a couple of hours to get one opportunity, get the tickets to get to see the doctor. And now everything is online. It's much more convenient. And for the medicine delivery, and they can deliver at your home by different kind of logistic or in the one-stop services. Of course, last week we look at the insurance coverage as well. That's from the end user, you and me, in this perspective. In addition, as all our students is actually the investor in different kind of sectors or professional working in different industry related to the medical, like insurance company, private equities, hedge funds, pension funds, investment bank, or the other related technical and industry claims reinsurance in the medical scope. So they will particularly look at what are the business models of those medical apps, and how can each of them, like PingAn and Good Doctor and Ali Health, JD Health, and the WeDoctor leverage for the parent company. How can the parent company actually support them to increase for their competitive advantage? For example, we will go in depth to look at and how Alibaba is like the active users and the ecosystem can help Ali help to grow. And JD's is a logistic and powerful network, and how can they increase the user for the JD Health. And for PingAn Good Doctor, we also will look at how is the insurance company, the connection with the doctors and the hospitals, and how can they leverage and ultimately the insurance products, and how can they utilize the big data from each of the patients so as to fine tune for the underwriting. And for WeDoctor is another example, how to work with the local Shenzhen hospitals, and then so as to facilitate for the online consultation and for the medical consultation. So each example, we're going to show you bit by bit and let you have within in 3 hours, you get a very comprehensive understanding about how the giants work and how's the model, how's using the mobile phone to achieve a single target, doctor consultation and biomedicine. This topic is really hot, especially during COVID-19, this kind of critical moment. When you're coughing or have a fever at this moment, that's very, very important and serious. So you need to be careful. Of course, later on we share with you, if you really have the cough, and what will be the first part the doctor will say in the consultation. Not only just online, you need to be called on immediately to get the checking. And the other part, we're talking about how to leverage for the companies and the parent companies is resources, capital, and the networking, and how can they make the medical app success. Of course, the other KPI, we will look at the monthly active users and how's the doctor and hospital network, because now different kind of provinces will be in a different kind of market target for different company. Like Hangzhou, maybe in Alibaba, play a more significant roles. And then in Shenzhen, and maybe WeDoctor could have more competitive advantage. So we'll go into to share with you more content. And the last bit is also very critical, is like how those medical apps with the partner insurance company, so they can build a more like ecosystem to make the one-stop medical care and services in China become more comprehensive. And then those kind of medicine, whether it's under the government's list approval to get a claim. As everybody knows that the China pension funds nowadays is able to buy in the public shares and equity. So this has all become so important to see whether they can access and channel in different medical apps. So that's why to build the flow and the user, who get more user and more flow, that becomes the king in this games, in this competition or this war. And later on, you will log in Finance Mandarin's platform. We already designed a handy and practical courses for students already registered in the courses. So we will show you how this handy and online health and medical courses can give you overall ideas. The major players, the company, and who are the major leaders in this area. What we believe is when you learn Mandarin Chinese, you're not only learn it for fun. You learn it because it's essential, it's critical. You want to advance your career. You want to communicate with your Chinese stakeholders. You want to build trust. You want to get a bigger share in your ventures. So understand who is so important. So each single classes, you learn a couple few important critical person. If you remember one, once you bump into them in any conference, online or offline, then you will have your small talk start immediately. Yes, so we'll look at this part. And because this is like the medical app also involve a lot of payments. Ultimately, you get to pay, right? So the e-commerce and the big data and the cloud computing, all this kind of technical elements is actually integrated all in one, is not isolated. In Finance Mandarin here, what we learn is case study. Each of the single lesson is by case. Case study do the comparative, we will do the comparison of the different company, look at their competitors, look at the company itself is a major core business and the business model and how their P&L, the financial statement. It just recently, Alibaba just announced for the midterm annual result, and then we already study a lot of that already. Of course, ultimately, we'll look at what are the risks and opportunities for those medical apps in China, because this is a fundamentally changing the landscape of the medical care and also for the health situation. A lot of overseas students is actually, they didn't experience for this kind of fundamental and interruptive changes to technology for the medical. I heard like in Canada and US and UK, you do have some doctor consultation, but the proportion or the percentage is still limited and under lots of restriction. But how can China develop it so far? Or in the different stages, the government will launch more policy for the data privacy and also for the regulation and risk management. This is all important as well. We'll also look at that and then give you some idea what are the potential risks we need to pay attention to. So this is another glance of the, in each chapter, you're going to look at what are the exact summary on what the practical set the target. So each of the topic, you will know what you're going to achieve and what you're going to learn. And then we provide you the cases, the vocabularies, the sentence structures, and then the content. This is the part of the materials that we can utilize for our discussion, for our conversation, and ultimately to facilitate your business pitching for your next meeting with the Chinese clients. Looking at the PPT PowerPoint here, you can see that our another significant and signature features helping students to learn is one is called voice evaluations. We're actively using that voice evaluation to help students to pronounce better, to do more drills and pronunciation before and after the classes. So you can really utilize your time, your hour with your trainer, one-to-one or in a class together to do more discussion and conversation. So in a big class, in that webinar class like today, perhaps you can't do this immediately, but you can always take advantage of the platform to do the practicing. So this is really helpful. Apart from the conversation, we already pick up 300 medical terms for health and medical courses. And this is the medical term and important related associated vocabulary when you want to learn the medical sector, healthcare sector, and related to the aging, biotech, pension, or the related medical investment. This is important for you to learn. For example, we're talking about all online to offline, and we're talking about like the privacy, data privacy, supply chain, different platform. That's all important. So just within a limit time, a couple of hours learning, within 10 hours, you can learn 300 medical vocabularies. And then you will immediately understand this major giants play an important role in the China medical app. So if you're interested in this one, welcome to book a consultation classes with us today. So this is we are going to be offline soon and come back to the one for the seminar classes with a registered student. So thank you for staying tuned. And this is Vienne Lee from Finance Mandarin. If any questions, write to me directly in LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, or WeChat, and WhatsApp. There's many channels open. So thank you.